Welcome, brave souls, to another journey into the darkness. Prepare yourselves for a tale that will send shivers down your spine and haunt your dreams forever. I have prepared my most macabre terror story that I can think of to share with you, so brace yourself, for this story will make your blood run cold and your heart race with dread. The Boothe family house, Halloween murders. The Boothe family was one of the oldest and most respected families in the small town of Whispering Pines. Their stately Victorian house, perched on the hill at the edge of town, had always stood as a symbol of wealth and tradition, but by Halloween night in 1985, it would become a legend of horror that haunted the town for decades. Every Halloween, the Boothes hosted a grand costume party, inviting nearly everyone in town. The house would be decorated with cobwebs, pumpkins, and lanterns that flickered with eerie light. Children trick-or-treated on the grounds, while adults mingled inside, enjoying fine wine and laughter. But 1985 was different. That year, rumors spread of strange happenings around the Boothe house. Unexplained lights in the windows at night, shadowy figures moving around the property after dusk, but no one took the warning seriously. After all, the Boothe family was too distinguished for such superstitions. The night began as usual: music, laughter, and the sounds of children running throughout the yard. Inside, the guests enjoyed the lavish atmosphere, unaware that the night would take a dark turn. At the stroke of midnight, the lights in the house suddenly flickered and went out. A cold gust of wind swept through the rooms, extinguishing the candles and plunging the mansion into darkness. Panic spread quickly as people stumbled through the shadows, trying to find the source of the blackout. Then came the screams. The first body was discovered in the library. Mrs. Boothe, the elegant matriarch, lying lifeless in her blood-stained gown. Her throat had been slashed and her eyes were wide open, frozen in terror. One by one, more victims were found: guests, members of the Boothe family, servants, all murdered in the most brutal ways. The house had become a slaughterhouse. Amid the chaos, a few survivors managed to flee into the cold Halloween night. They spoke of seeing a masked figure moving slightly through the halls, waving a glimmering knife. Some say the figure was dressed in an old-fashioned costume, while others claimed it was something more monstrous, with eyes that glowed in the dark. By the time the police arrived, the house was empty, save for the bodies. The surviving guests were questioned, but none could explain what had happened. The Boothe family, once the pride of Whispering Pines, had been wiped out in a single night, and the killer was never found. Over the years, the Boothe mansion fell into disrepair. Locals claimed to see ghostly figures in the windows, and some said they could still hear the faint strains of music playing inside on Halloween night. No one dared to enter the house again. But the legend of the Halloween murders lived on, passed down from generation to generation. Some said it was a curse, a punishment for dark secrets buried by the Boothe's family. Others believe the killer still roams the halls of the mansion, waiting for the next Halloween to strike again. And every year, as the town prepared for Halloween, the Boothe house stood silent on the hill, a dark reminder of the horrors that had taken place within its walls. Thank you for tuning into this eerie tale. Until next time, stay tuned for more spine-chilling stories. This was Sandra Pink.